Good morning, everyone. Happy final Monday of June already. This is Jackie Geisinger and some of our great leaders and future leaders joining you today for our goal achieving webinar for our leader session for June 2019. Today, we're going to take a fun approach. We've got a packed hour here for you, and we're going to talk about a little bit of leader food for you, food for your soul, and something that we reviewed a little bit last week really quick within our coaching groups. But I wanted to bring it back today because sometimes we just need that mid-year blast. And we are right back to midway through 2019. And so we're so excited to say, time to revisit your goals, your dreams, and what you want to achieve in 2019. So we're going to take a quick little visit back to that. We're also going to take you through really what I had the marketing department put together. What is micellar water? I see posts a lot about a toner. I wish we had a toner, and people came after Hudith and said, we need a toner back. So I had them put together a little training on the micellar water that you can take. You can use that with your consultants. If you have clients from the past that loved the old toner, it will really just be a nice informational tool for all of you. And it really is an upsell product that if women do like kind of that clean feeling, you can be adding a micellar toner treatment, the water, to any of the skincare systems, because it really just is such an incredible product, as we know from Oprah Winfrey. So I wanted to add that in a little bit today. And then the purpose of our goal achieving webinar is really talking about how to continue to close the month of June, achieving our goals, and opening the month of July, being ready now. You don't want to open July 1st because you might not even have all the products you need, everything you need to do July the way you choose to. So we're going to talk a little bit about calendar planning as well. So I want to say thank you to everyone that's here live. And for those of you live, hi Marie, go ahead, grab your calendar. Make sure if you've received your July book, you can grab that as well. And we're going to just take ourselves through our leader session for today. And I'm going to update you as well with our schedule for summer and what we will be doing in the month of July. So that being said, I'm going to take us just to a couple of slides, and I'm going to kind of bounce back today. I've asked Hannah Wachter, new district manager with us today, to share a couple of tips. She's going to share a couple of things on Facebook for those of us that just started the new summer coaching groups or networking groups last week. We found, I put everybody into summer school, and everybody has to pick one key topic to go to summer school training on this summer. And so many were really talking about social media and just looking for more and more tips. So we're going to spotlight that throughout the summer so that we all just really start to see, more and more ways to really work with your social media. And I had the privilege of being with Rosa Lopez and her beautiful upline, Anita Diaz, who really generate about 80% of their leads through Facebook and Instagram. And so that really kind of created the topic. So we were just sharing before we started our recording, just some great positives that are happening and or what we're learning. So we're going to continue that throughout the summer as well. So that being said, let me take us over to our slides a little bit here. We're going to go back and forth from audience to our actual webinar today. So in our leader session today, bear with me, let me get myself going here. All right. From our leader session today, our goal at our monthly leader meeting, which we will have every single month from our training department and communication and marketing department, is really talking about you growing as a leader. This month, our focus is on how do you really grow yourself, and develop others. So for those of you that might be listening to this for the first time, maybe you haven't yet met me, just so you know who I am, I'm a regional leader director, and I actually work with the English market for the Amber region, and I work with 10 fantastic leaders who also support our Hispanic market. And so we all bring these leader meetings to you. So I wanted to take us back through, even if you were on the coaching session last Monday, pause today, take a deep breath, and take this in for you. So as we kick off today, as I said, I just wanted to come back. We're going to hear from Hannah in just a little bit, but I love celebrating leaders developing leaders. So again, I wanted to just pause, do a great big accolade to Laura Fox, who is a new manager, first-time new manager promoted by Hannah, who we'll hear from a little bit later. I had the pleasure of speaking to Lauren Elves last week, a first-time new manager, promoted by his wife, Jackie Elves, and really excited about his role. He's taking a completely different spin on the Jafra business than his wife, Jackie, and he's just doing a focus on helping men have their own Jafra business, and really talking on a platform about skin cancer. He's had some things removed from his face and just really found a passion teaching men about healthy skin and opening up their own Jafra opportunity. So he's taking kind of a different spin than Jackie, who we just talked about, is really, loves the skincare and the makeup part to it. So they're gonna really be doing a lot online and on the go together. And welcoming back, Rochelle Barnes, had a great conversation with her. I'm gonna forward all of you leaders her newsletter. She just does great newsletters. With MailChimp. I know that Lori helped her get that set up. And so I'll share that by email with all of you. Esther Banal, so excited to have her back with Donna Hayes. She's doing awesome. And Maria Gama with Mary Hugstead. So welcome back and congratulations again to all new and renewed leaders. So as we talk about leadership, I'm going to go through just some of these quotes and stories. But I want you, again, even if you were here Monday, it takes 9 times to take anything into our minds today because we're always so busy and occupied. But I really just want to go back and do this again for those of you even that were here last week. Daily life can be filled with so many urgent things. That's what makes us completely exhausted at the end of the day. Seems like everything suddenly becomes urgent. Perhaps you maybe didn't get everything done you want each day because there just was too many urgent things on that list. So our focus of the month is, how do you really avoid that? The key is focusing on the things that are important to you. And you've got to have a plan. Really knowing what matters and then mattering your time and monitoring it. If you live a life full of I have to do this, I have to do that, you're going to be saying it all the time. You're going to feel like your whole life is just filled with obligation. You eventually become burnt out. You eventually never get around to anything because you have to. And I loved this month, Maria Teresa, when she really talked about choosing your words. Our training Tuesdays with our trainer and our coach, who talked about effective communication. The first webinar was about self-communication, starting with that, not saying I have to. It's about I get to. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky I get to do this today. And that mentally does not wear you out. It fills you up with energy. And so it's important to realize that life every day, every year, the next 6 months to finish your 2019 goals and focus is about choices and where you choose to place that focus. So you will always have passion for what you do. You will feel energized and you will achieve more goals by living free of the stress of everything feeling like I have to or being urgent. You will be able to live with purpose, build what you want to build into your life. So we wanted to pause at mid-year and say, are you living stress-free? Are you living with purpose that has a plan that aligns to it? Because if not, it's so easy to fall into that seduction of urgency. Most people are always under stress and they feel empty, unaccomplished. They have purpose that feels not motivating, and they don't have objectives or ways to get there. So as you look down this road, leaders, what is your vision for the next 6 months? It's mid-year. It's time to renew. Whether you like New Year's resolutions or not, this is a renew of any resolutions you still have on your bucket list for 2019. If you learn to organize your thoughts, know that you are the builder of your life. You will be able to focus on the things that are important to you. So as you're sitting here, listening to the recording, sitting here live with me today, what is that vision board again? Is it in front of you? Have you written down your top 3 to 5 priorities that you will accomplish, that this business income will bring to you and your family in 2019? Don't be sold that you're not on track. Be back on track. Get back to focus. So if you're sitting here today in your notebook, because you don't want to be multitasking when it's your 1 hour to empower you, I want you to think about what things in your life are important to you. Many people say, I don't have any goals in my business. I'm not good at setting goals. I don't have a monthly income goal, a weekly income goal. I'm not motivated by money. I hear it all the time. Most of us wouldn't work if we didn't need to, right? Most of us have a need for income. You never have too much income. Income needs, the purpose of income is what evolves. Whether it is now taking grandkids on an all-expense paid vacation, taking your husband on an Alaskan cruise. I know some of you were here last week, going to Hawaii. So whatever those wants are, whether it's something you need, something you want to become, that red dress means more to you than anything, we have to go back to it. We have to see it. We have to say it. And we get to become it. It's a privilege. It's an opportunity. So I want you to pause on your paper. Where do you want to be on December 31st, 2019? What will your title be? What kind of income will you have produced in the last 6 months? And what did you use that income for? Motivation is the purpose of money, not the money. What is that? And it must be a very clear dollar amount each month, each week, or you will never be in control of it. It will control you. So take a moment. Think about, where are you now? What do you normally sell, personal and team, each month right now? What do you normally sponsor, personally and branch, each month right now? How many leaders are on your team? How many future leaders are on your team? Because it's time to go shopping. Shopping to the Red Book. You know my Red Book. It is the income opportunity book, the earning opportunity book. When was the last time you wrote down and circled all of the bonuses or the cars or what it is you want? Why does that title mean something to you? Getting more isn't doing what you do today. Being more, having more, giving more, whatever the motivation of money is to you. It's saying, okay, this is what I do now, but what more do I need to do, from my title to my sponsoring to my sales, to get where I want to be at month end? So in January 2020, you have a whole new you. Confidence comes from achieving small wins and big goals. So I challenge you to take that Red Book out and go shopping again and start crafting. What opportunities are you leaving on the table? We have 5 bonuses a month for every leader. We have quarterly cash. We have 3 car programs. When was the last time you took your team to a Mazda dealer? When was the last time you took your team to a Mercedes-Benz dealer? Why not? We're giving away cars every month. What limits you to think it's not you or your team? So I challenge you on this Renew 2019 season to go back and circle, cut out the pictures, put them in front of you, put your dates, put your start dates, and do this with your team. So let's revisit you. How do we dream and then put it into a business action plan? It's choosing at least 3 things you want to accomplish. Maybe it's the Mazda. Maybe it's district director. Maybe it's DM3. If you don't own it, you won't get it. If you just wish it and never write it, never visualize it or say it, it's not going to happen. Then you have to give yourself, like we just said, that timeline. Date it. You can always use an eraser and change a date, but that doesn't mean the dream or the goal changed. Then you have to map it out. What are the steps you need to take to accomplish your goal? There's one thing I learned from Rosa Lopez, who is the fastest growing leader in the Amber region. She went from manager to now soon district director level 2 in about 18 months. Her upline, Anita Diaz, also just earned the Mazda in 14 months. She was pregnant, has an 8-month-old baby, and teenagers at home, newlywed, and oh my goodness, earned a car at home, having a baby. She worked, they both had 3 steps when I interviewed them. I know Rosa posts every day on Facebook. She talks to 20 people a day, whether it's a text message, a private Facebook message, a conversation out and about, or a phone call. Well, Anita Diaz does the exact same thing. Plus, she does Facebook all day, and she has tabletops and facials, 1 a week. So they define the steps to get to the title, to get to the car. It's like Hannah. It's like Lori. It's like Betty. It's all of you here live who are going to Orlando. It took steps, plan A through Z. Same as Hannah is finishing her Los Cabos. So and that's why we're going to have her share just a couple of things today. But then taking time, and women aren't good at this, to celebrate your victories. At the end of every week, on Saturday on our regional calendar, we say track your weekly results. But celebrate. There's a win in every week. How do you celebrate your team with their wins, with weekly drawings, weekly reports, weekly good news? And how do you celebrate you, even if it's just a bubble bath? It's about celebrating the small wins that lead to the big goals. And if you don't succeed, try again. I watched our 9 Disney divas. I watched them all. Oh, Carol Boyer's here too. Sorry, Carol. I didn't get to say everybody's name before. So they had plan B, C, D. Literally on a Thursday, they were getting on a phone call doing emergency ideas, and they didn't let anybody fall behind. So again, once you accomplish your goals, instantly you set the next one. Because with conviction, you can achieve anything. So I want you to think about the next 6 months. What are your monthly goals? From personal to team, sales to sponsoring, new titles, promotions, and bonuses. Everything is in that catalog for you, that book, to go shopping, to go dreaming. But if you're going to get that quarterly bonus, what's it for? $500 pays for what? Plan it, spend it before you have it, and you will achieve it. So breaking them into monthly goals and breaking them into weekly is the only way every day you learn to do what we said, prioritize the top 3 action steps you get to do every day so you can wear that red dress, whatever that goal is to you. So let's get back to planning our success. When you know what things are going to give added value to your life, you can see them, you can taste them, but you get to do this for someone else. This is the joy of developing your team, not managing your team. When you know that, you can create a plan to grow your business, to manage your time, and to become the best leader you can be. I'm going to go into one more little segment, and then we're going to go back to the live audience. We'll bring Hannah with some of her top tips today. She volunteered so graciously last Monday to share today. So let me take you to a couple of things that Jafra has made for us to help you. This was posted a couple weeks ago for you. It's in Unit 7 on Facebook, the Leader's Toolkit. It's prioritizing your tasks. So when you look at your regional calendar or the IPA calendar, you will see you plan your week on Sunday nights. Don't get stuck on days or when. Whatever works best for you. Maybe it's Monday morning. But setting your priorities is so important. This is a new tool we made to help you, but to also help you coach your future leaders and leaders. So take it and try it. Notice you start to prioritize because everything is not a sense of urgency, as we saw in our first slide. And then giving the dates and days you plan to do it. So I hope you like this tool. I love how they created this for us. It's a great tool. You need to use tools because we all need tools, right? They're there to help us manage our time. One of the most important programs we created a year ago, those that are earning this bonus are moving up in title. Those that are earning this bonus are earning Mazdas. Those that are earning this bonus are earning trips. So we celebrated, I don't have the most recent, so forgive me, this was a couple weeks ago. They're going to send us a new one this week. But all of these fantastic leaders are on track to the $500 bonus should they choose to finish. This is one of the best bonuses we've had because it's you doing and then developing others. So whether or not you're going to finish quarter number 2, April to June, really, truly, look at July through September, October to December. That's 30 new consultants, 2 a month by you, 3 a month by your team. Perhaps that is one of the most important goals you could have because that means you're going to move up in title. You're developing others. You're teaching that power of how sponsoring multiplies their income. You can't do that through just product sales. So I congratulate Rosa and Gina, and I'm so excited many of you on my live audience out there are finishing this quarter, earning your first quarterly bonus. Rosa and Gina have not missed it. So we're cheering you all on, but decide to not leave $1,000, 30 new consultants in your team, and many future managers this next 6 months. It is the key to what Jafra was made for. So remember to plan this out in those monthly goals and look at your calendar. Where will you meet enough people to have your 2 and influence your 3 each month? You've got to then plan those weekly activities, right? Whether it's talking to enough people, 5 a day, means you're going to have 100 conversations in a month. 1 in 10 are potential consultants. They may not join at your time, but that's 10 potential sponsors. Have simple recipes of the action steps needed. And when you do that, you can teach your team. Next, we also made you a tracking form. This is also in unit number 7, the Leaders Toolkit. It's already there to get you off to quarter 3 kickstart. So you're tracking what you do each month. Next, we also know how to track these bonuses. You quickly log into jafrabiz.com with your ID. You hover over the My Business. You click on Sponsoring and Sales and click on Central Branch. You move over to the Join Date column and you can sort by join date by clicking on the title there. You identify the consultants whose join dates fall within the quarter you want to earn your bonus so that they all get to $300, okay? And you make a list. Remember, these are QNCs. They join and they have $300 the month they join or the following month. So that's the difference, is just so you track what that is. Again, you include every month during that quarter. Now, we look at the generation level, which will indicate if the person is sponsored personally, again, indicated by a 2, or if they're sponsored by someone with a 3, that is somebody sponsored by someone else on your team or indirect. So these are the key tools that you, and if you have any leaders, what if we all prioritize this as the most important focus each quarter, each month, and planning our calendars around it? What would your district be like if you had 5 branches and they all added 15 or 30 the rest of this year. That's 150 new consultants in your team. We get what we focus on and what we plan to achieve. So what do? We can then go back in again. We change the month at the top of the page, correspond with the join date of the first consultant on your list, and just keep checking. Work with your managers each month on this bonus. This will make the biggest difference in your team. So keep going through that list, keep tallying. We've given you the sheets, we've given you the priority list. If someone does personally, if you sponsored someone and they promote to manager, a key thing to remember is once they promote to manager, their sponsoring no longer counts for your quarterly bonus. They count during qualifications, but now they're a titled manager and they're earning their bonus themselves, okay? So just keep track of that. So let me take us back to our audience, and I wanted to just pause on a little bit of empowerment for each of you today. How does it feel to revisit and go back to, okay, let's get ahead of the next 6 months and start planning? How does that help you as a leader to take a little pause and how you can do this with others? Anybody want to do a share on your leader moments there?
It just helps me to hear it again and to be a part of this and to just be in it together. I just need a group. I just need to be a part of this. It all helps me.
Well, and it's a good time to go back to a dream date with your team.
Right.
It's like, okay, the next half of the new year is here. So do some visits with them, right? Do this same presentation with them. Because a half of the year is gone, but there's a half of the year left. What an opportunity to revisit who they are, what they want, and get them ready now while people are out and about, while we're going to play with Facebook and social media and learn and grow together, but also to take that opportunity to get ready for fall and holiday. And we don't want them kicking into gear in September, October. We want them ready to open up the doors to the best season of the year, ready to roll. So it's a great time to revisit and show them simple selling with summer specials, right? So love that. Thank you for sharing, Betty. So I asked Hannah in our coaching group last week, everybody's biggest summer school wish overall in general from our two coaching groups was, again, mastering social media. And we have many of you that are experts at it, that have had incredible success with it. But Hannah was so gracious, she volunteered, she said, I'll share some tips. So we wanted Hannah to bring just a couple of her top tips that she finds works for social media. We didn't record her earlier, but I'll even let her brag about her most recent post on Instagram or advertising, advertising that worked for her. So I just thought I'd turn this over to Hannah. Thank you for volunteering, Hannah. And take it away. Share what you had in your mind for all of us today.
Yeah. So I'll really quickly share what I just recently did. So I posted an ad on Instagram. I paid for it about $12 to run over a 6-day period. And I can't take credit for this idea. This was actually an ad that Jackie Alves posted, but I thought, hey, that's a really good idea. But it's just a plea to makeup artists, freelance, professional, up-and-coming artists to join the team to do weddings and events, and just that they can make some extra cash doing that. And I said, I'm scheduling interviews, send me a message if you want to talk more. And as a result of that, I think I had it up for 3 days. I got 15 girls that contacted me. And I had to pause the ad because I had so many girls pinging me that I couldn't keep track and manage my other appointments at that time. So, and what I did was I told everybody that I put it in my story, my Instagram story. So it wasn't actually an Instagram post it was in my story. And then as women kind of scroll through other people's stories, the ad pops up. So they kind of see it and read it, and then they send me a message. So that's been really great. I had 2 interviews yesterday. I have 2 more today. I'm sending scheduling other interviews. I've sent all of those girls a preliminary questionnaire, which Lori helped me kind of refine too, as I had some questions and my verbiage was not great. But because I was telling everybody before that one of my goals is to really have women who want to work. And I find that with a lot of these people who ascribe themselves as makeup artists are already going out there and doing appointments with people. And so truly Jackie's whole idea behind this, Jackie Alves, and something to me that just made so much sense was, when you're a makeup artist, women buy whatever you put on their skin. And so why send them to Sephora to get their foundation or their whatever when they can get it from, they can buy it from that makeup artist, and that makeup artist can earn extra money. So I think it's been really appealing so far. Everybody's responded really well to it. So that's one thing I did. But even right there, giving a shout out back to Rosa, you know, I've had probably 20 conversations in every single day just through that ad alone. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to go out and talk to everybody all the time. There's other ways to talk to people and to engage people and find ways to have those conversations. So that's one thing. I've shared this before, I shared this last Monday, but, you know, don't underestimate the power of Jafra Social. When in doubt and you don't know what to post, go to Jafra Social, grab a picture, post it, copy their caption. It's great. One day I wasn't feeling like I wanted to post anything, and I did just that. And I got another lady who just had an interview with as well yesterday to sponsor. So Jafra gives us great content. It's beautiful. It makes your page look consistent, which is really important too. So don't be afraid to utilize Jafra Social. It's such a gift that they give that to us. I would say too, another thing with social media is people follow people. People don't follow products. So make sure that you include yourself in there from time to time, even if you're working with a client or you're at a party. Pictures of yourself on Facebook and Instagram, because just the way it is when it's face-to-face, people buy from you, you know, and they can get Jafra from anywhere if they really want, but they're buying it from you because they like you, and people create connections even over social media. So that's one thing. Just have fun, be sincere, give it a try. I know that you guys can all do it. And I think one thing that can simplify it is maybe create some things. Like I always do Makeup Monday. And so I know, instead of racking my brain to say, okay, what am I gonna post today? Like, oh, well, it's Makeup Monday, so I'm gonna post something about our new Royal Jelly color. I go to Jafra Social, I pull one of those beautiful pictures, 5 minutes later, it's done. So do that, Fragrance Friday, or you know, Wellness Wednesday, or Skincare Sunday, or whatever you wanna do. I think that just trains your brain to start thinking in a certain pattern, and people know what to expect, so they start to look for it. And then you're being consistent, which is also really important. And then I think it simplifies it when you're feeling like, I don't know what to post. And then last thing I would say is, and this might be graduate level social media, but you can schedule your posts out. So if you really want, you could take 30 minutes and sit down and schedule out 10 posts for the next 2 weeks, and they will automatically post, particularly to Facebook. Instagram, you have to do a little bit more work, but they will automatically post in Facebook. So you don't have to, it's not like you have to go back every single time and post. You can schedule it out for the same time every day that you choose to do, and it's done. It's done in 30 minutes to an hour. So that's another thing that's really awesome as well. So those are some of the tips that I have for that, and have led to success for me and people talking to me. And oh wait, one last thing. You always want to have a call to action. So you want to say, don't just post the information. People do like information, but you know, with the makeup artist, I said, send me a private message. You know, you have to say something like, or leave a comment below, share this with a friend, tell them what to do, and people will do it like this if you da 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 da. That's how you get engagement. And the more engagement you get, this is just part of their algorithm, the more engagement you get, whether it's a like, share, comment, it doesn't matter. That's why I said Betty likes are important, is that Facebook's like, oh, people are liking that. I'll promote that a little bit more And like, that's part of the algorithm, that more people will start to see your content just because more people are engaging with it. So you want to encourage any kind of engagement, whether it's just, hey, like this post if you like it, like, you know, so pretty simple stuff there. So that's kind of my thoughts and wisdom on that.
Love it. That's awesome. And I want to just say, you know, Hannah comes from a background of marketing. And so again, the things she's saying are really the simple things, but it's the consistency. You just can't say it enough. If you even use our regional calendar, the top row in the first little box tells you an idea for each day, what you could call it, right? So, but you have to set that system up, right? It's a plan. And so you build your brand. I love your opening thought. It's your page, it's not your product, right? It's you. You are the brand, not Jafra. If all you're going to do is just post social.jafra.com, it's not enough, right? So the key is, yes, you need that. Yes, it's consistent. No, you don't have to make things up, because that's like, you know, the McDonald's franchising, right? So it's perfect. But the key is, again, you know, just planning to do it. I can tell you, almost everyone with a goal or a big dream has used Facebook as a way to get there as well. It isn't the end all be all, but it is so important in today's business model. It just is. So again, don't let fear, right? Just try. Even if it's one day a week and you start doing it, it's just building that, because again, they're following you. So I love what you said, Hannah. I wanted to pause, and then I'll just go back to the audience before we go back to our slides in case you want to ask any questions. So the key is that, or the reason I wanted to pause, I wanted to just say congratulations to Hannah. So Hannah, as a new manager, new district manager level 1, she is finishing at extraordinary rates, Las Cabos right now, Disney, and just, you have had an incredible year, but you made a decision to turn this into your business. That is for you to be a wife, to be a mom, and to be an entrepreneur. So how has it been going? I love hearing your story a little bit, but here you are, you're about what, 6 months into really kind of hitting the road, maybe 6, 7 months in. How has it been for you and your family?
Oh, it's been good. My kids love Jafra. They're having so much fun with it. They, in fact, I took pictures of them the other day. They were helping me stuff bags and put stickers on things. They love it. I think it teaches them the value of perseverance and stuff like that too. They're learning a lot just by watching me work at home. But they're proud of it. They want to share the products with their friends. They're walking around with my 13-year-old, like wearing his cologne and feeling all cool and stuff. So we're totally a Jafra family. And my husband, he's one of my consultants, but he works the business. I mean, he's talking to his doctors and plugging it here and there. I mean, we do it as a family, which is really great. They have my back, and I think they really see that this company is such a sweet spot for me of all my skill sets. And so they're just excited that I'm happy. That's been really good. And I want to just say, Jackie, you said earlier, like if you don't own it, you won't get it. And that is so true. I know some of you were at the leadership conference in January, and you saw me. I was like, I'm going to Cabos. I'm going. I said it like so many times. And I think that what that did in my brain was reinforced, like, no, I am going. So there's no other option. So what am I going to do to make that happen? And there were definitely times when I tried to not do it. And everyone kind of smacked me around and were like, no, you're going. So, okay, I'm going. But it's so important to just really, to really take hold of your dream, because what happens is your brain starts to see that there's no other option. And then by that, you create it. It becomes a reality because you're like, I have no other choice. So I have to go out there and find the people. I have to talk to a certain number of people. So I was actually telling this to my manager last night, but I really feel like this whole last 6 months have been so powerful for me, because what it's taught me is how to do the business, how to build teams, how to make sales. Yeah, sure, you can do that. So I thought, this is so great, because now I'm in the habit of building my business. Every month I'm adding people. And I really think that the best way to get paid in Jafra is by building a team. And so now it's just become so second nature to me. I had a party on Thursday night, and I wasn't even thinking in my brain that I was going to sponsor anybody, and I sponsored 2 people. But because I always start off with the opportunity. And I always say the best way to experience Jafra, enjoy Jafra, is to open an account and have anywhere from really 30 to 70% sales on stuff. But that just comes out of me, and that's now just part of my, it becomes so sincere because it's just the way I think now, as a result of months on top of months of just doing it that way, of saying, well, everybody should. And I believe it. Why wouldn't you want to open your account and get up to 70% off on stuff, So it's been cool, Jackie, to watch myself transform as a business owner and now see like, oh, I can sponsor in my sleep, I think. So it's good. I've been really enjoying it. It's fun.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for being our spotlight today.
Yeah.
And we are just excited to open up July with all the different things that you've earned. And to many of you, kudos. It takes the whole team. We're always together on Mondays, and it's on WhatsApp, and we just cheer you on continuously, but it takes the whole team. It's everyone, and all the great support you have with Linda Mitchley, your upline. So again, just kudos to you. So congratulations. So that being said, if you are here live, I'm going to take us back to our slideshow. But if you're here live and you have any particular questions on Facebook, I know Facebook in and of itself, if we go to Q&A, could become ginormous. But if you have particular questions that we can bring back to the very end, please feel free to type it, whether we share it today or we bring that to our next webinar. We're here back again next Monday. So let me get myself back to our share screen today. So thank you again, Hannah. And we're going to get you ready to close June and open the doors of July. So this is kind of that checklist, getting us back to, okay, it's Monday, it's the 24th, we've got 6 big days of June, and before you know it, it's already gonna be July 1st next Monday. So what does that look like? So, oops, sorry, forgive me here. I went to go click that off and of course clicked my screen. There we go, Jackie. Okay, so these are some of the things. I know Carol Boyer was posting on WhatsApp. Great job, Carol. By the way, she went out and did a phone tree message to 114 people in her team, and they were calling her back instantly. This just happened yesterday. She was excited, left a message for them regarding the specials and offers. So I'll bring back any shares at the very end from this, but Carol, I just wanted to give you kudos for that. Hannah, I know you reported you called every single consultant in your team, and oh my gosh, just pausing and saying hello and how may I support you? Did you know what's going on this month? Just reconnecting to them with the personal voice. I can't put a price tag on it. It's so important. Again, like I said, I also wanted to celebrate Rochelle Varnes, who shares her newsletters. I put a couple of them in the Leaders Toolkit. I will email you hers, like I said earlier. She uses the MailChimp. So I love that you're all using different formats to communicate. I'm also going to be spotlighting next week. Lori, just FYI, she doesn't know this. But anyway, so I also want Lori next week, if she is available, to share with us these postcard systems that I just love on how we can follow up with the mail. We've got texting, we've got Facebook, we've got newsletters and email, we've got phone trees by telephone, phone calls, but the old-fashioned snail mail, believe it or not, is also amazing. And Lori brings us the best darn tools. So we're gonna talk about that next Monday, and she's gonna kind of reveal what are all the postcards in the systems, because you could have your whole leader pack ready and sitting there. I still have a bin of postcards. Every week I send cards, postcards, just like you and Hannah. Hannah was doing her practice of this. Thank you, I got your card. So again, I'm going to spotlight Lori next week on all of these postcards and why they're intended, what they're intended to do. Nothing makes it easier than having everything ready to go. And every Monday, it's Moving Monday, and you're communicating with your team. So I just appreciate that. So some of those tactics can be out there for you that, again, as you close the month, do I want to do a phone tree, a text tree? Do I want to mail something? Do I want to do email, or all the above to finish this month of June? Why? What do we have? Let's do our checklist. What do we want to follow up on? If you sponsored anyone from May, finish QNCing them this month. They've got a free gift on the table, so they're probably at the Paris this month if they didn't QNC last month. But it also gets you those QNCs towards the quarterly bonus. Plus, remember, everyone who joined in April or May or June have their free Jafra product up to $74 value. So you want to do calls to them. You have those who joined in March or later are still, if they joined in March, this is their last, which was, by the way, our biggest sponsoring month. This is the last month for them to qualify to Fast Start with their free Royal Jelly Revitalize. Anyone who joined in December, this is their last month to earn the iPad. And anyone who joined in June, they'll never get those packs at a $200 cost. So this is their last month to get them, and it's at 50%, not 40%. Of course, your follow-up list of everybody you invited to join this month, the $39 kit goes away. So this is their last chance to take advantage of our 4-department kit, as well as anyone, again, who wants to earn that wonderful Boost collection. And of course, you've got the $5.50 retail pink bag for the color collection and eligible for July. So make your list, check it twice. You can use the task list that we have in Facebook for you. We also have anyone who promoted a first-time new manager. Don't forget, they're earning their new manager bonuses in their first and second month. Your national recognition, if you go to jafraroyalty.com, I emailed everyone last week who's on track for sales or sponsoring or moving up titles. All of those are ending again on Sunday, June 30th. And don't forget, National Conference goes up in price again July 1st. Then, what do we do to get ready for July? You should have your July book in the mail. And that book, that brochure, already you need to go through it and see what products do I need or does my team need to order this week. So when we open the doors on Monday of July, you've got the products that you're going to show and sell. All right, so it's a time to really go through that book. If you take a look, which I know we've got Betty doing this out there, what are your Scratch and Discover fragrance pages? You've got page 4, page 43, and 52. There's 3 scent strips this month in there. So again, just in case you want to spotlight those at a party, do you want to order those and have those? Just something really, really key. So pick your feature items. So as we take, again, a look, don't forget, here we go with this 50%. How cool is that as well? They're then at 50% during July and August. So again, what is your communication plan to make sure everybody takes advantage of this? All right, next, when you call, don't forget at $400, add this in your checklist of a reminder. They can order the Summer Glow Party Set for $49. That's $24.50. That is for all of those makeup items you see there. Plus, they can go shopping and get 3 of our Royal Jelly products at a low price. So we don't want to forget. And then who do they know that might be looking for a small summer business this busy summer season? So always inviting them as well to take a look at who they know. For all of you leaders, I know many of you, we shared in our coaching groups last week. Linda Mitchley held a great joy meeting. She had 14 people there. I can tell you, doing all of the joy meetings across the nation or across California, every guest who came either booked a party, a facial, or joined. So joy meetings work. And I love Evelyn Abernathy. I love her brain. She called a top ambassador down in Texas and asked how their joy meetings were going. And she said to Evelyn, why don't you hold them every week yourself? She said, that's how we build to ambassadors and build districts here in Texas. So I know many of you are trying these joy meetings, hosting them on Zoom or in a room. Keep going. It wasn't just because that was our Blitz month talking about joy meetings, but I really feel we've put together some of the simplest joy meetings. We've got 2 recordings for all of you. And leaders, if you host one, whether there's 1 person there, 10 people there, please make sure you report them on our Joy Meeting registration and report, because we will be having celebrations of our achievers who had the most people there, just some drawings. We're going to give away lots of fun things throughout this month, and we'll keep them going. That being said, I love this. This was part of Rochelle Varnes. As you're calling those consultants about conference, this is from, I think she grabbed this from Deb Bixley, and who's the other one? Oh, Belinda Ellsworth. They had stats, they've been studying this for years, that conference attendees have 20 to 30% higher sales, sponsoring, and team promotions. Conference attendees are more likely to move up the ladder within 6 months following any national conference. And everyone can afford to go, because the momentum and motivation after conference within the first 90 days ends up paying for conference. So just wanted to add that in. I thank Rochelle for sharing that with her newsletter, which again, I'll forward. But again, just really tapping into that opportunity, because again, it's at 159 now, but will go up. So let's go back to just a couple of things in the July calendar. So my calendar will come out this week, but I just wanted to update you because we did a little summer seasonal change starting in June. So Moving Up Mondays will continue for our new consultants, Smart Start sessions at 6 p.m. on Monday nights. Everything's Pacific time when I post it. That will be the first 4 Mondays. So our commitment is we try to stay within the first 4 Mondays unless there is a holiday. July has 5 Mondays. So what you'll see, if you look there, there's 5 Mondays. We're not going to do the 29th. Our goal is to try to always be the first 4 Mondays, unless it's a holiday weekend, okay? So just note that for your calendar. The leaders webinars, again, will be at 8 a.m. Pacific on the 1st and 4th Monday of the month. Again, unless I'm traveling or something has changed. Our coaching groups for leaders, 8 a.m. Pacific again, managers to DM2s, they will be the sandwich in between. So we'll go webinar, 2 weeks of coaching or networking, and then the last week will be the webinar getting ready for the next month. DM3s to ambassadors, you're at noon Pacific time, so you can see the 8th and 15th. All right, next from there, Thriving Thursdays. Just an update on this. We had our first month of what we call, let me start with my list here as you see it, forgive me. July 11th, will at 9 a.m. Pacific, will be the new and promoting manager orientation. I do record that in case a new or renewed manager and promoting manager can attend. I do send that link out. I do invite them to the call as well once I see the new leaders. I text, I call them, or email them. So I invite them. I also handwrite every new and renewed manager a card. So just so you know, that's, again, just a regional support. The 11th to the 25th and the 25th on Thriving Thursday, we will have a 5 o'clock Joy meeting and a 6 o'clock Smart Start Advanced. I'm going to stay with what I did in June, even though the Joy month isn't continuing for us regionals this month of July. I'm going to continue them on Zoom. So last week we had 4 guests on there, which was awesome. And so keep on inviting them to these Joy meetings on Zoom. And following, we started our first Smart Start Advanced group. It's for the future leaders to come together. I know Gail had a leader with us. Some of you had leaders with us. I am telling you, they are awesome. It's about 60 to 75 minutes. They network, they overcome their own obstacles or objections or whatever they're stuck on. It is fantastic. They have their own WhatsApp group. If you're a promoting manager, we add you into that. But they really, really have a great place to come and meet future managers across the nation. So I know Tina is there with Gail Jameson, and they just have their own aha moments. It's a fantastic place for these future leaders. So remember, they have 2 sponsors, and they're committed to promoting. So again, just something amazing, another place to plug them in so they have their own group where they're all with common goals at their common starting places. Goal is to promote them to manager by the end of summer. Maria, I know you've got Sarah with us out there. They're just wonderful. So we really appreciate that. I'm really happy we added that in. Once they're done with Smart Start, we move them into Smart Start Advanced. July 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific as well will be the new manager networking. This is just a place for those new managers when they're in their first 3 months to come back together and network and just share with each other. They can come as often as they want, but it's just another place for them because it's different when you're a new manager. But they network together. I just facilitate. At noon Pacific that day will also be the Mazda Zoom squad coming together with our 4 going down the highway of the Mazda. Jafra's Training Tuesdays will continue at the new time that everybody requested by survey at 11 a.m. Pacific. Thank you all for joining me live with our drawings and participation. We will continue to support that as I can throughout the summer. So the goal is that they will be typically the second and third Tuesday. That's why we're going to do coaching if Jafra's got a webinar. Okay, so I'm trying not to do as much training. We'll do more networking and then utilize Jafra's training. So, and then our Minnesota meeting, you all know that, live in Minnesota, you were already invited to that on the 18th. That's our update to our calendar, so you can get your system ready, wrapped around that for your team. I just wanted to bring these slides back. In our fast start, or our smart start, excuse me, Monday nights, as well as even with the Smart Start Advanced, we're really keeping to simple focus of 401. Talking about how do they want to design their $400 month. If they do 401 as a new or renewed consultant, if they're new, they're earning Fast Start Part 1 and 2. We promise in those 4 weeks to keep that expectation there. 400 retail and 1 QNC each month. We help them find and design their ways to share $400. So again, we're going to keep that focus. We also want to continue to share with them the power of compound interest. What happens when you do 1 QNC a month and you teach your team to do the same? So it's not about arriving at manager, it's keeping a simple recipe, which works perfect to earn Fast Start Part 1 and 2. So leaders, we will be updating the workbook and we're going to use some of these key concepts from the new consultants to the future leaders so that you again can keep endorsing that same simple plan and what happens when you do it consistently, that keyword that you heard Hannah talk about. We also, you all have this in the Leaders Toolkit, by the way, the Power of One or 401, it's already there, but keeping this sheet, and this is what Lori will spotlight. She turned this wonderful sheet of all that's on the table for a new consultant, earning Part 1 and Part 2 of Fast Start with over $3,200 of potential gifts. This is just the gifts. We didn't even include 50% commission and earning the leader bonuses. We just took all these bonuses and added them together to show them what they can earn as a new consultant with the focus of 401 every single month. So Lori will bring us back to some of those systems next week and the postcard she created around this. So remember what we also put in there, I'm gonna update this one today, is again, teaching those consultants like we do in Smart Start, and that I'm also teaching the future leaders to use these same tools because it's serving their consultants as really good clients and teaching them to be smart monthly retail shoppers, or at least every other month, and teaching them the cost of products at $200, $300, and $400. And again, pausing and ordering smart. Don't leave 4 Royal Jelly products on the table, the mass plus the 3, where they can get Royal Jelly down to $12. So again, pausing and teaching them how to replace every product in their home, like dear Evelyn did with our shopping list. So I wanted to bring this back so you know our focus with Smart Start Advanced. That is our goal, to just really teach them the keys. These 2 tools are the coaching tools that you have in the new consultant workbook. When I email the new consultants every 10 days when I get that list, this is in that workbook. So as a leader with new consultants, as a leader with future leaders, these are the same worksheets. They don't change. They're the tools to help you develop their goals and their activities. So this is setting their monthly goals and tracking it each week. Many of you were here when we had to do weekly reports to our regional. That's what this is from. It's the same thing. And then really coaching them from this sheet. And then helping them plan their IPAs, income producing activities. Both of these, again, are in the Smart Start section, but I always copy you in that workbook. We're going to simplify the workbook a little bit with the 401 coming up here in the month of July. But I want you to see as a leader the tools we use and our focus. So now, as we get back to opening the doors of July, we talked about June, let's finish with July. I'm just going to do a couple of spotlights because you're getting ready to plan the next month. We've got fun things that you can go paint it purple, people you can celebrate, things you can do on Facebook to Instagram. You've got the National Postal Worker Day. You might get ready for that. That's next Monday. And I love going to the post office all the time. I think, Laura, you're always out there sponsoring and when you go to the post office. So again, what do you want to have planned for that day? And just imagine if every person on your team went to the post office and gave sachets or packets to someone and just said, thank you for all that you do to keep my business growing. July 4th, of course, Independence Day. What will you do about red, white, and blue? Or a great day to be posting, just giving you some ideas like what Hannah was talking about. Post the Jafra Salutes You program. It's National Freedom Week, July 4th through the 10th. What a time, just like Hannah talked about, doing my story and doing more posts about what is freedom. Our mantra is the freedom to be you. Hosting a joy meeting. Give a gift for everybody who wears red, white, or blue that week, right? At a party or a joy meeting or whatever you're doing. And maybe have a Blitz week and do drawings for red, white, and blue products for everybody who gives you a referral to be a client, a hostess, or a consultant that week. You also have on the 6th of June or July, National World Kiss Day, or it's World Kiss Day. Great day to do lipstick personality test. The July book houses some great Royal products in there on special, your lipsticks. And July 29th is National Lipstick Day. You can be doing tabletops, you can be doing posts, you can be doing Facebook Live, you do a lipstick party. Again, the lipstick personality test is in your party unit on Facebook. July 10th is Pina Colada Day. You could do pinas and patties by the pool, but you could be doing something really fun that day. The 18th, Get to Know Your Customers Day. In case you haven't noticed this, every new quarter, not only do you have $500 on the table, but the third Thursday of the first month of every quarter is National Get to Know Your Customers Day. How cool is that? Because it's a reason with a new season, right? Now we're into summer, to call and update your client records, get them to your Facebook page, ask them to share, be a part of your VIP group. So what a great time to always know that that Thursday, third Thursday of each quarter, is a great customer day. Updating birthdays, anniversaries, etc. This is kind of a fun, crazy day. I didn't do many this month. I just picked a few. July 23rd, Gorgeous Grandma Day. How fun is it to do Jafra makeovers? Or I'm noticing Jackie Elves is doing the 50s, 60s, and 70s before and after looks. What a fun thing to go on Facebook Live and have some grandma sitting there and doing makeovers or makeup tips. So I thought that was a fun day. We're just going to do a couple more here before we get ready to wrap up. July 7th is World Chocolate Day. I always got the chocolate fountains and had chocolate parties. I don't know, cosmetics and chocolate, but it's a really fun day. I also pulled up, which I'll post all of this in Facebook for you, but I also posted the consultant party game. It's a fun little thing you can do. You can do it on Facebook. Remember the engaging Hannah's talking about? You do this as well, doing something fun on Chocolate Day. So there's a fun game like what chocolate bar is this? It's someone who always drops things. Oh, that's Butterfinger, okay? Time for a shopping spree, that's Payday. So you can have some fun with this. You can actually, for those of you that have the spinning wheel, imagine on World Chocolate Day, you put a candy bar on the wheel as well, a little minis. So they get a little sweet treat and a little packet. The 21st of July, National Ice Cream Day. You could go out and give out eye capsules for ice cream for Jafra Days, samples. You can do tabletops in ice cream shops. It's also National Ice Cream Month. So how cool is it? You could do eye capsules. You could do that handout. This one, I think I put it in here for you to remind you. We had such great success with this beautiful eyeshadow. Everybody loved that at our Joy meetings. So you could do that all month long with a little coupon, with a little couple of eye capsules attached. Go out and do Purple Rain Ice Cream for Ice Cream Month with Jafra, and the Royal Jelly Mascara, whatever you want to do. I also will put in your units under the Leaders Toolkit. This was something, I did this every year. I know this sounds silly, but I loved it. I had hostesses throughout the month of July serve ice cream for dessert for her people who came to the party. I hosted a team ice cream party, and I had all of my consultants bring a favorite topping, and we made big banana splits. But there's also a really fun ice cream personality test, which is kind of an icebreaker, pardon the pun, at your parties or at your meetings. So I'll post that as well. There's many other crazy holidays, but I kept them kind of light and simple because you just really want to hone in on a couple of those that you can either post, go live, have fun at tabletops, or within your parties or meetings. So we've got those ready for you. All right, last thing we're going to just say about the month as well is I took the brochure, and these are some kind of fun feature parties for the month. There's Fresh Cut Fragrance Party, Summer Breeze Scent Event, Get Up and Glow Facial Parties, Concerns Consultations, when you're gonna do a spa stop and just stop and do all of their summer skin concerns consultations. Regal Kisses was that kind of fun tabletop or party idea where you're just doing Royal Jelly eyes and lips, just like we did at the Joy meetings. Awesome, just awesome, by the way. That's the name of the special in here. So just a perfect time to go back and use what we did in June. Swimsuit Ready Party. I love the body polish and body creams in here. What a fun little party to host for the Swimsuit Ready Party. Beach Bound Tabletop. I saw a great display that Janet said was amazing at the Basics this weekend. Kudos to everybody in California that was at the Basics out there in Monrovia. They've been doing quarterly Basics meetings, all pulling together on a Saturday. Their attendance has been between 50 to 80 people. They're doing fantastic. The leaders all take turns. 2 people will host it each quarter, and then they involve everyone from the area to be guest speakers. But you can see some of their great posts. There's a great one for the beach look. So how about a beach bound tabletop or moisture oasis? Also the sun worshiper party. So again, if you want new themes, if you're booking now, this is the week to get booked in for July. So that's why we pause and start to get you ready to fill that calendar. Make sure you pause and take your team through July so they know what products to order. There's a big upsell to every order, page 2 to 3. Oh my gosh, that Sun Worshiper page, 65% off, $19 for a face protector of their choice, and the free Jafra lip care. I just love that offer. Imagine training your team to really sell that. Get them ready. Make sure they order it, because if 20 clients alone added that $19 upsell, that's $380 more retail without working harder. That's $190 more profit. So pause and look at those upsells. Page 10, the 2 body lotions are half price for just $18. Consultants, $9. Kids' birthdays on page 12. A lot of birthday parties all summer long. Again, focusing on 50% off for the kids this summer. Page 34, again, that 55% off exfoliation set I just love for the Swimsuit Ready Party, and 30% off sun and hair care. So find your hot features, get your consultants ready, because that vision, like Hannah talked about, getting ready to sell and sponsor, when they see it, they'll believe it. So I wanted to end with one last thing about product training, as I promised in the opening. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Micellar Cleansing Water, and it's perfect because you will see our great skincare specials featuring the Bright, featuring the Boost on special, and some of our RJX. The Micellar Cleansing Water is really the discovery new way to cleaning. It is such an incredible, the Micellar water is just incredible. I can't say enough about it. Oprah bragged about us. It still is the rage going on in skincare. The Micellar difference is this. It has Micellar technology. Micellar lifts dirt, oil, and impurities. It lifts it and takes it out. It looks like water, So when you look at it, it's like, wow, this is just water. It is. It looks like water, but it contains dirt-loving micelle molecules. I love that word, dirt-loving. It works like a magnet. It actually attracts, traps, and lifts those impurities away. Any impurities, dirt, oil, anything left in the skin. There's no rinsing after. It's made to leave the skin clean, calm, and fresh. Really good for that sensitive skin as well. Micellar, again, is pronounced micellar water. So if you have clients or people who used to use Jafra toners, or who just by far, they're a new client, they're looking for a toner, please introduce them to the Boost Micellar Cleansing Water. Honestly, I would probably add this, especially during summer with oil and dirt and sunscreens and everything we have on our skin. What a great product to add to almost every woman's regimen. Love the towelettes and love this. It's toner and cleanser in one. It gets the skin clean, conditioned in a second on a cotton ball. It's awesome. If you're going to do tabletops with back of the hand, don't do back of the hand facials without this. You can take off that volcanic mask in 1 second on the back of your hand, and then your skin is so clean. You'll sell this water if you sample it. It's very gentle for that dry, sensitive skin. Again, on a cotton pad, please use 100% cotton. Don't use the fake cottons. They actually can tear the skin. And just sweep it quickly. It's a magnet. It works just like this. It literally, micelles form a cluster, literally like a magnet. It attracts dirt. It just takes it up like a magnet. It will trap it and it lifts it away. No rinsing, no rubbing, very fast, far safer and better than toners of the days gone by. So I wanted to just empower you today. You have the power to be the leader that you want to be. You have the opportunity to take the next 6 months and make a difference for you and your team. I want to thank Hannah for being our spotlight sharer today. Join us. We'll be back with the action planning webinar next Monday, July 1st, for all of our leaders, same time, same station, and I look forward to seeing you there. I am wishing you an incredible June closing, and prep now while you're prioritizing June closing. Remember, on the backside, you're also setting up your calendar and getting your team ready with the products and the dates and the bookings they need. So when they open the doors on Monday, they are all set to have an incredible celebration month, far better in Freedom Month, to have the freedom to have more of what they want in the month of July. Again, thank you for attending here live. This now will conclude our webinar, and I'm going to head back to our live team. Thank you.